What's up, everybody? Ding dong, ding dong. You've got a letter, and it's addressed from McCock. How about that? Hey, how you doing? Coming on here for a live because I wanted to just jive with you all for a few while I was getting myself ready. I just shot myself a little video here for a new song I got coming out very soon. Song called "Don't Tread on Me." You guys are familiar with the Gadsden flag, I'm sure. How many of y'all saw the rainbow version? I think that's going to knock your socks off when you hear my song, because the gist of my song, and I want you to really think about this as hard as you possibly can. The gist of my song is, it ain't my business if you're gay. End of story, period. If somebody's out there making it their business that you're gay, they're on the wrong track. They need to leave you alone, mind their own business. It's part of what we like to call mind your own business, right? You don't mind your own business, other people gonna mind it for you. So I just want people to know that "Don't Tread on Me" has to become a universal rallying cry for everybody, especially the downtrodden, the minorities, and the people who are on the fringes of society, right? If somebody's in a little tiny minority and they're getting trampled on by the "Don't Tread on Me" folks, hey man, I'm gonna point out the hypocrisy, because I don't dig the hypocrisy. You know that. You know that. I know you do. So how y'all doing today? I'm making sure that everything's cool and all Hakuna Matata for you while I try on my new shirt here. It's actually an older shirt. I haven't worn this one in a while. This one's one of them kind of pretty shirts. It's got some stuff on it, you know, the embroidery and that kind of thing. I've been embroidered up and can't quite get my arm in the hole, but that ain't a problem when I go to your granny's, because stuff her like a turkey. What? Reach up and grab her by the giblets. Boo, blah, 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 Hey, listen, you don't even know, but I know. I know a lot. What do I know? I know that your mother's Miss Dupcheck, okay? And if that means something to you, you're probably laughing uproariously right now. But if it doesn't mean something to you, then I'm sorry. I can't help you with your sense of humor. My sense of humor is intact, man. My sense of humor comes from dealing with all the BS and having to laugh it all off. There's a lot of BS in this world, ain't? I feel like this world's full of all kinds of crazy things. We got to just navigate it like coming down a river looking for rocks. Just won't sink you in place. You can't just sink yourself in place. You got to move yourself to the music. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. Just lose yourself, okay? I wanted to say to you is just go bury your face in a bowl of M&M's, crotch rockets. And what am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to go through my style here and see what's up. What's up with you? Oh, I don't know. Pikachu. What kind of music I got coming out? I'm working on a record right now. I got about 10 songs. Does that qualify for a record? I might wait, maybe add another one or two if I could find a couple things to write about. There's a lot of things that come up in my life that simply are just too good to write about, not to write about them. So sometimes it'll be a engaging peccadillo on the back of the Dairy Queen and somebody's El Camaro or Camino. Potato. Let's call the whole thing off. Why don't we? Let's rip the whole thing off. I don't think that's too cool. How's my day going? My day is lit, enhanced, and further along than most people's days, because my days don't really end. They transform into nights. Exquisite wonder. Nights in white satin. Nothing compared to the kind of stuff going on in my nights. And then somehow the night becomes the morning. And then Delta Dawn, what's that flower you got on? Could it be a faded rose from day gone by? Then I'm into the morning, and then I'm having my second breakfast in my 11sies, just like the hobbits do, because I'm a kind of hobbit guy. Write a song about a grandma three-way. Well, you know, I wrote a song called Granny, Your Granny's a Squirter, about your grandmother and her voluminous squirting that she tends to expunge when I'm near. Or maybe it happens with all men. I don't know. Maybe it's the kind of thing where she needs to just, figure herself out and put a cork in it. I don't know. Maybe the lubrication's good, because at that age, you get any lubrication, it's a plus. But when Granny's a squirter, man. Well, now we know why she got the plastic on her couch, right? I know that you knew that was coming, but you didn't know your granny was coming. You didn't know she was capable still. There she is making cookies in the kitchen. You're like, I wonder if Granny can still have an orgasm. Let me assure you, your granny can still have an orgasm, maybe 2 or 3. It depends on how the cookies are, if you know what I mean. I mean, sometimes cookies are a little dry and a little crusty and crumbly, and sometimes the cookies are nice and moist, and then I put it in my mouth, and it's hot and moist, and, oh, man, can you give me a moment here? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just collapsing with the memory of my time in the nursing home. You know, you got to give back to the folk that give to you. You got to definitely tell yourself that when you get older, you're going to want people to treat you the way you treated older people. So help somebody cross the street, you know. Open a door for some nice older people. You know, go down to the nursing home and jerk somebody off. Give the thrill of a lifetime to somebody who maybe they don't have that much lifetime left. You know what I'm talking about. It's like adopting a senior dog. Only so many sunsets. So go down there, give Granny a little on the, and give Grandpa a little if he can even, and then you got your, well, actually, here's the thing, y'all. And I know you're going to think I'm a little wacky doodle on this, but trust me on this. Older people are lonely. Many older people sitting in that nursing home waiting. Nobody comes to visit. They sit there day after day, the blathering of the TV and that crazy lady in room 4 and the food's all bland. They got nothing to live for. And yet, think of all of them have a lifetime of skills, right? Especially the men in there, they got a lifetime of skills working their own Johnson. So maybe you go in there and you find some older dude to give you a handy. It's not the worst thing in the world. For him, he gets to use those skills that don't work on his little dangly limp pecker anymore, and you get to have the hand job of a lifetime of skills worked on and labored over and sweated for. That little elbow grease, that little butter churning kind of thing that they got going, that you got going on. You know what you're doing. Imagine by the time you're his age, how he'll be doing it. If he got a little bit of the shakes, man, it's a little bit of extra action for you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is it the worst thing in the world? No. I could think of worse things in the world. There are worse things I could do. And no, I'm not going to sing that. There's decent people here. Stop that. Then jerk off and think of you. That's what you're waiting for. Solid gold, you are correct. Solid gold, man. Remember Denetaria? If you do, get your prostate checked. All right. Man, I like this color. Blue is a good color on me. I feel like blue is good. Like when your mom blew me. That was great. I was really digging that. On levels you can't even imagine. And I can imagine. My imagination is really good because I'm imagining things that happen, not just things that I want to have happen. I mean, that's the thing about your imagination is you can put anybody in there. You could be like that random person and that random person who would never meet. Let's put them together and have them do a bunch of stuff and then do a bunch of stuff with me. Hey, it's a lot of fun, right? Use your imagination. You're going to go out and do things to other people, especially if you're going to harm people, right? You got to keep your sick fantasies in your head. Get yourself off and move on with your life. Don't hurt anybody else. Go crazy in your head, right? Put whoever with whoever and do whatever. That's all you need. Because in your imagination, everything's possible. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure ejaculation. You knew that was coming. I knew you saw my little Oompa Loompa dankling. It's not a little Oompa Loompa. It's more like Augustus Gloop coming for your poop. The river of poop. Maybe that was the river of poop, and that's why I didn't want to drink from it. Oh, don't eat the chocolate. Oh, Augustus went down in the sewer. These things happen, you know. This shirt's a little tight. I've been working out a little bit, so I'm feeling like I'm starting to bulge out of my shirt. Can be like Bruce Banner. How come the Hulk had them stretchy pants? The Hulk had pants that were so stretchy that they never burst open to show you that green peenie. That green weenie. The green weenie peenie. You know about the green weenie peenie, do you? The weenie penis. The Gruffalo? That's right. He was hung like the Gruffalo. Purple prickles on his back and all. What did he have? Warts on his back and something in his ass? I don't know. Took a snake and an owl. Right in the bow. I don't know who does my dressing. I do my dressing, motherfuckers. It's what I'm doing right now. Dressing on up for you. Putting on something decent for what I thought were decent folks. But here you are talking all this kind of sexual stuff. Why? Did you really do that? Shaquille O'Neal, I'm extra proud. I am. Yeah, I know. I wasn't planning on doing any more lives, but I just wanted to come in one more time and see you. Being live is cool and all, but I got stuff I got to do, you know. I mean, I'm hanging with you, and hanging with you is always fun. You know, I like hanging with you. I feel like Mr. Rogers when I hang with you. It's such a good feeling. Know you're alive. Such a happy feeling. You're growing inside. And when you wake up, ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. Be a good feeling. A very good feeling. Pretty groovy feeling. When I'm floating by the ceiling. Yeah. Wheeling and dealing. That I am. I told you I like blue. Little boy blue. Remember that? Come on, Dice. That's it. I ain't gonna deliver that punchline. That's his punchline. I got my own punchlines. Like when I waited in line to punch your dad. I didn't do that. I just walked right up to the front and did it. It was cool. So what am I doing? I'm preparing, like I said, some new music, but I'm also taking a little me time. I'm going to spend a little more time offline to enjoy the earth as it is and was. That's right. Mother Love Bone. Andrew Wood, rest in peace. Andy Gibb, rest in peace. Shannon Hoon, rest in peace. All of these people, rest in peace. People I miss. Sean Smith, rest in peace. If you know who those people are, then you're with me to raise toast and do the whole do. But, man, you guys got to look up the good stuff. Roll one up. Already rolled, brother. I got a fat one rolled, right? A long fat one, just like your mother likes. I know you were waiting for that. I got a long fat one rolled. I got a long skinny one rolled. And I got a short skinny one rolled. I don't have a short fat one rolled. Big fat is Beau Nair. What I like to do sometimes, I get in my roller with the big fat roller, and I put a filter on either side. Do this if you do the do. And then you roll it up. And then once you get it out, you cut it in the middle. You got two shotgun shells right there, double barrel. And you can share with a friend because we don't want to get the flu and the COVID and all that kind of stuff going around. Last thing I need to do is get your germs all up in me. That's right. Well, your mother's all up on me. Nice to see you too. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to dig for treasure in your zones. That's right. You know I do. I keep pulling up my shirts. Oh, man. I remember this one. Y'all ever seen that one? Beau Nair. Got my own shirt? Go to beaunair.com. Pick yourself up one. Do yourself a favor. Show people you got the kind of awesome taste and impeccable riz that only somebody who knows who Beau Nair is. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, would it? Huh? Support a man trying to support you through humor and comedy and a little life lesson or two. Maybe a randy story for you to say, whoa, man, did you really do that? Did you really go there? Did that, went there, all day long, and then into the night, and then part of the next day. That's right. Now, this shirt feels a little more on the formal side, you know. Let me button it up. I'll be your buttoned-up man today. And then I'll be a buttoned-down man. As it is right now, you don't even know if I'm a pantsless man or not. I could be wearing lederhosen for all you know. And clogs. But I ain't. Wearing my boots. Wearing my pants. Waving hello to the people out there. And I'm doing a little monkey dance. I'm waving at you, man. You questioning that? What do you say? Do I look too formal? Too formal for my Don't Tread on Me video? Do I look like I'm ready to do the robot? Do a little hip hop? I can't pull this one open. These are just buttons. You want me to do the rip. I can't do the rip. Do I got a shirt here? I think I got a shirt here. I can do the rip. I'll give it to you because, hey, I like to deliver. Give the people what they want, right? People want me to rip my own clothes off and show you my body. You won't touch my body, Samantha Fox? Touch me. I want your body. I want your sex. I want to sex you up. All these songs don't really have something in common, but they're all songs that your mother used to strip to down at the Golden Pony. Oh, man, and I am the Golden Pony Boy. Stay gold, Pony Boy. If you know where that's from, get your prostate checked. Think you might need it. All right, here we go. I'm all buttoned up, right? Got the snaps, the pearly snaps. My OG original shirt. I take it. I run my hands down and rip it open. Yeah. You've been waiting for that all day. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal. I give you what you want, man. No, I ain't gonna give you that. No, or that either. No, stop DMing me. No, it's okay. No, hey, man, calm down. Not only do I not want that, I don't think I could physically handle that. So put that thought to the side. Glad I turned you on in so many ways. As a man, as a human being, as a musical artist, as a humanitarian, philanthropist, philosopher, sociologist, economist. I don't know, what am I? What am I not? Cabaret dancer. Maybe I'm not a cabaret dancer. What I am is a mostly naked cowboy. Here for you. Y'all, I got a jump to rump and hump to bump over here in my private lounge. But it's been fun hanging with you. It's been a good time. I'll keep posting y'all some clips. Some clips. We'll do some dips, right? Clips and dips. Whips and chains. BDSM. What you want to get in? What? Really? No, I don't. Look, y'all, I'm an outlaw cowboy. I tend to live a wild and enhanced life. You know this. You've seen this. You've been a part of this. I'm not afraid to say things, to do things, ride that edge, ride that line, and go all over the place. But I do know a couple of things. Having something that big in my butt ain't my thing. Some things you don't even need to have happen to know that it ain't your thing, right? A rhinoceros getting on you and rogering you right up the rectum. You don't need to have that happen and say, that didn't feel too good. I don't really like that. It kind of ached a little bit in my rectum, where all my sphincters are. Most people refer to the anus, they say the sphincter, but there's multiple sphincters in the anus. Don't you know? Did you not study this in school? Not only are some voluntary, but some are involuntary, depending on how much you tickle them. Oh, man, I got a little tickle you with a feather. Particularly nice weather that we're having out here on the farm. Chickens, yeah, got chickens. Hey, man, I ain't going to the supermarket to buy $100,000 eggs. Somebody fucked all that up, so I need to eat what comes out of my chickens. The good stuff. Out of the vent. The cloaca. Come on, you guys know your chicken anatomy, don't you? Your mom has a lovely cloaca. I don't know why. Your mom's not a chicken. She's not afraid of anything. The fearless woman is what's going on over there. Listen, I have so much love for you all coming in to see me and hanging out and give me all your graceful comments and all of your cool stuff that you say. You got to know how much I appreciate you, and I always will appreciate you. One day we're going to meet in person, right? Randomly, right? We'll pretend that we are. Maybe we won't. Might not happen, but one day maybe you're walking down the street. And here comes Beau Nair walking at you. You're like, are you Beau Nair? And I'm like, who are you? And you tell me who you are, and we watch this together, and all the good stuff and the good times, and split you off one of the shotgun shells, We'll have a little time, some stories to tell. Split yourself off a shotgun shell. Until then, why don't you take one for the team, your own team. There is no I in team. There is, and a team of one, number one, looking out for number one. You don't want to be the Peter principle. You want to keep your Peter principled. There's a difference. I got a very principled Peter. I mean, I keep my boundaries strong and my principles hard. And I got hard Peter. Okay, speaking of hard Peters, here comes Peter Cottontail climbing down the monkey trail. Leave you with a story. Well, I got a lot of stories. You won't hear about Bubba, my friend Bubba. I grew up with a guy named Bubba. I traveled around a lot with my daddy, but we kept winding up in the same circles because his daddy did a lot of traveling too. We lived in the same area. So me and Bubba came up together. He tended to kind of be proud of his redneck ways, right? It happens. And Bubba would often get into trouble and misspeak and do things. Like when he went to the comedy club and got kicked out for that joke about the Anne Frankfurters. That was not funny. So things happen. You learn lessons. You move on. You grow up and you achieve things. But I got some stories about Bubba. Maybe I have to regale you with them someday. Today might not be. You want a story before we go. Well, I got to tell you that I'm currently being sponsored by CHS noise canceling headphones. CHS, when you put them on, can't hear shit. Had to let you know that. So I'm going to tell you a story about when my friend Bubba accidentally ejaculated holding a baby. don't worry, it was his own. The story has a pretty funny ending. And you could also say it has a happy ending that wasn't so happy for Bubba. Bubba lived in a 2-story house on a street with mostly 1-story houses. And the second story of his house had a bathroom on the right. And the bathroom overlooked a big hedge. And through the hedge, you could kind of peek and see the yard next door. And next door lived a woman named Miss Haversham. Miss Haversham was a beautiful, buxom woman in her probably late 50s, early 60s that still had a magnificent rack that kind of defied gravity at her age. Beautiful. Probably could have had work done, but he swears it looked, pardon me, right there, I had a little hiccup. Every day she would come out on the lawn and she would lay back at 2 p.m. and she would nude sunbathe. She put her breasts out there. Not totally nude, but she would topless sunbathe is what I meant to say. And he would sit there and look out the window. And so naturally, he didn't mean to be a peeping Tom, but he just noticed that was happening, and he noticed something else was happening. And long story short, for a couple months, this was a regular occurrence at the Bubba household. Now, Bubba had a baby. He didn't have a baby. His wife had a baby. Get your mind out of the gutter. When you walk into the house and you go to the top of the stairs, the baby's room was right there across from the balcony, right? If you go right, you go down to that bathroom. You go left, you go down to the master bedroom. So everybody's on the top floor. It's pretty cool. Now, he had the baby used to taking a nap every day at 1:30. They gave him a nice half hour to prepare for the 2 p.m. topless sunbathing next door. So the baby goes down, nice and smooth, noise machine on, everything's cool. Bubba goes down the hall and he puts on the silk boxers. Now, this may have been the fatal move. Why do he have silk boxers? I'm glad you asked. They were a gag gift for some party, and he kept them, and he put them on. He noticed they feel really good on his lawns. They're very stimulating because of the satin, or maybe it was silk. It was silk boxers. That was silk or satin. Either way, you're having a little feeling on your lawn. So naturally, he put those on to prepare himself. So when he was time to sit down, he was already pretty aroused by the silk boxers. Thank you, silkworms, for doing something you didn't even know was going to happen out in the world. And so Bubba that day, that fateful day, goes down to the bathroom in his silkies, and he's sitting down there on the thing. He's looking out the window at the crack between the hedge, and he's seeing Miss Haversham come out 2 p.m. just like clockwork. Lay back there, let them puppies breathe. And I'm not saying it's okay to be a peeping Tom. I'm just saying that it's how the view was, and Bubba just happened to be there. And he didn't tell me all this, or I might have said, Bubba, that's not okay. You can't just peep on somebody. But who knows what I would have done in the same situation. You're a person staying home with a baby. You got the night time. You got some big boobies out next door glistening in the sun. You got your silk boxers on. A certain level, I understand. So there he is playing with himself in the bathroom, and all of a sudden, the baby starts crying. Now, Miss Haversham, she's laying back there. Talk about great expectations, man. The sunshine is just making a perfect sheen on these bronze breasts, and his Jimmy Johnson's just standing at attention like the flag at Iwo Jima, but not with all the soldiers around it. He was the only soldier just gripping on that with the silk boxers, and the baby starts screaming in the other room. Oh, man. He's trying to focus because he's not too far from the end result that he's aiming for here, and he thought he had more time, but that baby's screaming. Oh, man. What can he do? He gets up and he runs down and he sees that the baby standing in the crib had completely diarrhea all over the crib, all over itself. It was dripping down on the floor. It was, if you can imagine a baby exploding with diarrhea, this is the worst case scenario. Oh, my God. He picks up the baby and he runs out of the room. He's about to run down to the bathroom. Keep in mind, he's standing there at the top of the steps with the baby, dripping diarrhea, and right there in the front door, down the stairs, right there in front of him, bangs open, and in comes Miss Haversham with one arm across her beautiful golden breast. And she goes, I heard all the screaming. What's the noise? And once she saw the baby dripping in diarrhea, and Bubba standing there in his silk boxers with an obviously completely erect member, she went, oh, and she put her hands up and her boobies came out. And at that moment, Bubba couldn't help himself, and he ejaculated in the silk boxers, holding the screaming baby. And that moment is just frozen in time in Bubba's mind. I think everybody went to a little therapy to get over it. Bubba may have had to move to another neighborhood and change his name. And if you meet somebody named Juan Goldstein, that might be my friend Bubba. I'm not saying it is, but Miss Haversham, if you're out there, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Hey, y'all, I got to go do some things over here. But I got to tell you, if that story was me and that all happened to me, I would have been able to finish. You know why? Because I have my CHS noise-canceling headphones and I can't hear shit. Ho, ho, baby, cry away. Diarrhea ain't going to clean itself up. I'll get to it. What am I saying? I'm saying that a man's got needs, and a man's got to take care of his needs sometimes. So I'm going to take care of my needs now. Hope you take care of your needs too. Folks, treat each other well out there. Stop with the hate. Stop with the bad juju. Let's all remember we're one big happy family on the planet Earth. I love you all. And I will see you someday soon down the road to redemption. Much love from me to you, Beau Nair.